Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have 3 really fun DIYs for you, so let's go ahead and jump on in. For this first one, I'm going to take one of these signs that you can get from the Dollar Tree. Now, I decided that I wanted to flip this over onto its back instead of trying to scrape all that glitter off, and I wanted this little wood piece at the top still, so I just took that off with a flathead screwdriver, and then I'm going to pop out all the staples. I'm going to use my heat gun to get the sticker off the back, and then I'm going to go in with my Waverly white chalk paint and I'm going to paint this entire sign in this color. Now I kind of debated on keeping it a little more rustic and not painting it all the way, but in the end I decided to just give it one full good coat of this paint. And then after I've got that painted, I'm going to go in with my Waverly chalk paint in mineral. Now, I didn't use a chip brush like I normally use to distress, and I wish that I had because it just isn't the same. I feel like when you're distressing with a regular paintbrush versus a chip paintbrush, it just gives a different look and I don't enjoy it as much as when I'm using a chip brush. So to kind of fix the parts that I didn't like, I just went back in with my white chalk paint just to kind of go over it a little bit and make some of the lines that were a little bit too harsh to fade a little bit, just to get it the way that I liked it. Now I am going to take this, it's actually a paintbrush holder that I picked up from the Dollar Tree, but I needed a circle, so I'm going to trace out the circle on the middle of my sign. I mostly needed this just to give myself a bit of a template. And then I'm going to take this scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to trace out the circle on the bottom, and then I'm going to cut that circle out. I don't do it perfectly, and I make sure to leave a little bit of space from the line that I drew. And then I'm going to take my glue stick and put some glue on the sign itself, and then I'm going to glue my scrapbook paper down to my sign. Now I'm going to take my Solo wood flowers, you guys know how much I love these, and I just went through the assortments that I had and picked out some colors that I liked, and I felt like this green, orange, and pink just looked so pretty together and looked so spring. I took forever to figure out how I wanted to put all of these flowers down, where I wanted them to go. But I just started hot gluing them down once I figured out the placements of everything and got it the way that I liked it. Now, when I was hot gluing these down, I guess I was smushing them together more than when I was just playing around with the assembly of them and how I was going to put it down. So I ended up with a little bit of a gap at the top. I'm going to use a ribbon anyways and make a bow to kind of cover that gap up at the top anyways, so it wasn't too big of a deal. Now I'm going to take these transfer letters that you can get from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to cut out the letters to spell Hello Spring. You could use other stickers if you have them. You could even cut yourself out a decal if you have a cricket or a silhouette. Really, whatever your heart desires, whatever you have on hand, just use that. I tried my best to get them as straight and centered as I possibly could. If you've done these before, it's not the easiest to get them straight. I need to figure out a hack or a way that I can get them all perfectly straight and aligned. I'll have to figure that out one day. But I am going to take this ribbon that I got from the Dollar Tree and I'm just going to tie a simple shoelace bow with it. It's really easy. I just mess with the loops until I get it the size that I want it, and then I'm gonna hot glue that down to the middle between those two flowers where you see that little gap at the top. And then I wanted the tails on this ribbon to be long, so I am going to hot glue the ends of them to the flowers where they're touching. So it kind of gives a frame for the flowers, in my opinion. I think it looks really cute, but you could add a hanger for the back if you wanted, so that you can hang it on the wall. I just left mine as is, and this is the way that it turned out.
Give me all your love, oh, 'cause I want you. No one else makes me feel this way, don't know what you do. you hold my hand, look me in the eyes. You and me, yeah, that's all I need, and I'll be alright. I'll be.
If you guys are new here, hey, my name's Liz. I love everything DIY and crafting. If that's something that you enjoy, go ahead and hit that subscribe button down below. And then also ring your guys' notification bell so you can be notified every time that I upload a new video. If you didn't know, I make and sell craft kits. I have a website that is coming very soon. So if you want to stay updated on when you can get on that website, make sure that you subscribe or you follow me on Instagram and Facebook, and I'll have those updated as soon as that's live. In the meantime though, you can purchase my craft kits over on my Facebook shop. For this next one, I'm going to grab one of these wired baskets and some nautical rope from the Dollar Tree. That's where both of these are from. And I'm going to start by hot gluing this nautical rope all around the bottom portion of my basket. I just used a full thing of this nautical rope. I just went all the way around. It went probably about a third of the way up my basket. Now, my idea for this was to add a canvas bag on the inside, but when I took this canvas bag that I had from burlapfabric.com, it was way too small. For some reason, I thought that it was going to be big enough to fit inside there and kind of pull it over the edges, but it wasn't. So I just kind of winged this whole portion. I took 2 of those canvas bags. And I mean, and honestly, I could have just ran out to the store and bought some canvas fabric, but I wanted to use what I had. I didn't want to leave the house. I didn't want to spend any more money. So I just improvised and used what I had on hand. So I'm going to cut both of those bags down the seams, and then I'm going to start attaching them just with my glue gun. I just made a big bag, basically. It is really as simple as that. And then I wanted the top portion to have a finished edge, so I just folded it in and then hot glued it down. Now I'm going to put that inside my basket, and in doing this, I made way too big of a bag. So again, I just had to kind of improvise. So I just started hot gluing the bag down to where it meets the nautical rope, and I'm just pulling that bag tight so that it goes all around the basket itself. And then where there was a little bit too much fabric, I just kind of overlapped it, kind of folded it in a little bit, and then hot glued it down. So it wasn't really too big of a deal. And then I'm going to grab this ribbon that you can get from Walmart, and I'm just going to put this right in between where that nautical rope and the canvas meet, so it's kind of covering up that seam, and I just hot glued that all around my basket. Now to fill the basket, I'm going to take some lamb's ear that I got from Walmart. I put in 4 picks in total, and then I picked up these peaches that you can get from Walmart. I thought these were so cute, and I just love this color for spring, the peachy kind of color, and I just threw all those on top, and that's it for this DIY. I thought it turned out so cute, and I love the peach basket.
Hold me closer, I wanna stay here with you. All that we have is each other now. I promise I won't leave your side.
For this DIY, I'm going to take this basket that I had left over from another project. I'm going to finish cutting out the wire portion from the basket. I just use my wire cutters. It does take a little bit of strength and some time to get this completely off of those top and bottom pieces. And then I'm going to take these wood pieces that I got in a pack from Hobby Lobby. You can honestly just go to your local Lowe's or Home Depot and buy some wood and cut it down. You don't necessarily need to buy the packs from Hobby Lobby, but I bought them before I had a saw, so this was the easiest way for me to have wood pieces when I didn't have the ability to cut them down. So I just took 4 of these pieces. I believe that they are a 1x4, and I'm going to take my Craftsmart stain in gray. I love this stain because it is a water-based stain. It doesn't have the smell, and it doesn't stick to your skin and leave you stained as much as just regular stain does. And I'm going to take that on all 4 pieces, and then once that's dry, I'm going to take my Waverly chalk paint in white with a chip brush, and I am going to dry brush over all 4 of my pieces and making sure that I get all 4 sides on each piece. Now I'm going to start assembling my box. So I'm just going to take some hot glue. This is actually wood glue that you can get off of Amazon. That's where I get it. I always have it linked in my description box below. And I just hot glued it into the shape of a box, really as simple as that. And then I'm going to take that wire basket part that I cut out from the basket, and I just traced along where I needed to cut off that excess wire. I cut all that out, and then I'm going to take my staple gun and I'm going to start stapling this to the back of my box. I just made sure to pull tight and made sure to get the corners. I just went around the entire thing, and then that's it. I think this is so fun to be able to put all your little knickknacks in. You could put some sawtooth hangers on it and hang it on a wall, or you can put it on a shelf. I think these are really, really fun.
All that we have is each other now. Promise you won't leave my side. I hope who I am is enough for you. If I'm giving you my love, giving you my love. You wanna do, I'll do anything, as long as I can be here with you, everything's alright.
And that's it for today's video. Let me know what your favorite project was in the comments down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye!
I wanna stay here with